everybody. Thanks for tuning in wherever you're tuning in from. My name again is Jason Barry. I'm a professional trader, a proprietary trader, and I wanted to share a bit about this a bit misunderstood profession, and share with you the good, the bad, and some details, especially for people who are interested in the career and how to go about doing it. Hopefully, a few jokes and a little bit of information about the career. I won't be giving so much trading advice, but talking a bit about the career, a little bit about my company, and that'll be it. We have a couple of videos to watch, and it should be quite short. So hopefully, after we've had our little conversation, these are the things that you will know more about today. I like to start out with this slide because it generally grabs everybody's attention, and I put it up there to grab everybody's attention and not to brag or say great things and make the career sound better than it is. But it's one of those careers that is it has an opportunity that doesn't depend on your age, but on your ability, your commitment, your smarts, and doesn't depend on what your boss says about you. And if you do it right, you can. It's a career that will change your life along the same lines as that of a professional athlete. It's kind of tricky making this presentation when there's 6 people in the audience and half of them are on their phones. Hopefully you at home are paying more attention than the people here. All right. So I am both a manager of traders and a mentor and a coach, as well as a professional trader. I go to work every day. Don't wear a suit, don't mess around with fancy shoes, and I trade the financial markets. It's me and the screens, and you'll see hopefully a few pictures here in the presentation of what the office looks like, to give you a taste of that experience. We primarily trade financial futures, which might be completely lost on everybody, so we won't get too much into the details of what financial futures are, but it is probably the most traded instrument in the world. People trade corn futures, people trade oil futures, people trade bond futures, and you have participants in every corner of this earth. And now that it's all electronic, it's moved from the traditional financial centers of London, New York, Chicago, Tokyo, and you have people trading in Israel, you have people trading in India, you have big firms in each of those countries. Eastern Europe, where, as before, everything was what you would call the boys' network or the locker room only sort of environment. And now that everything is on the internet, trading has been largely democratized. In the past, I would have come up here, or you would see me doing my job in one of those funny color jackets on a trading floor, where you would have local traders and proprietary traders like myself trading with brokers from big banks. And there'll be a few pictures in here of the good old what some people say the good old days or the bad old days, but the old days. And now, we sit in a room with computers. There's no noise. It's very quiet. It's like a library. A little bit of shouting here and there, but otherwise pretty not the exciting life that everybody remembers from the old days. And the number one reason I'm here is because I'm looking for people to bring into my company, for me to hire, train, and turn into professional traders so they can join our trading floor. We are a big consumer of fintech, and the resources we have at our fingertips now make the old days of trading look like Mickey Mouse, simpleton types of trades. It's a very sophisticated business now that spans the entire world, and is really now a blueprint that a lot of gaming companies, betting companies are using for interface with let's say, multiple live competition type environments. All right, here's our first video. This was made for our Irish market. It's about a Gaelic football player and one of our traders. Short little clip. Enjoy it. You get to watch that instead of watching me for now.
6 o'clock coffee, 6:15, 6:30, 45, 7 o'clock.
6:15, 7 o'clock, 2 miles for 11 kilometers, being number one.
Numbers are key to everything I do.
I've always looked for competition as a young fella, whether it be the fella that's as good as me in the class or on the football field. You need to be competitive.
Life as a trader is competitive. You need a competitive edge to earn success.
I got to keep my training regime changed, running, swimming, spinning on the bike, and also, of course, the skills of the game, being on the pitch, doing what's most important.
For me, there's risk and pressure involved. You need to stay sharp and focused. That's what I thrive on. I'm competitive by nature.
When I step out on the pitch, it's when I'm at my most happiest, when I'm most content. It's the place I've always wanted to be and where I'm most comfortable.
I chase the clock 24 hours a day. Every day is different. Every day is a new challenge. You definitely need to put in the work if you want to reap the rewards.
Playing football for my team was always about wanting to be the best. Now it's what shaped me to be who I am today. You have to be competitive. My name is Aidan O'Shea.
My name is Peter O'Dowd.
This is my time.
This is my time.
So strangely enough, one of the things we do look for people who are already successful in some sort of competitive activity, whether it be a sport. We have a lot of former professional poker players and video gamers, because it's a very similar type activity. This is one of the jobs that can really change your life and your family's life in a way that no other salaried job can. One of the interesting things that's probably most relevant about this profession is that we have a negative correlation to the general business cycles. So when COVID-19 came onto the scene in January, February, and most businesses were shutting down or going into some sort of hibernation, this is when we were the busiest. And all of the general sort of negative news events, the recession in 2008, any of the wars cause instability in the markets, and instability causes volatility, and volatility increases the number of opportunities we have. So our business success is inverted compared to normal business. So when there's bad news in the market, that's generally good for traders' opportunities. But this is a job that really can change your life in no ways that in a way that no salaried job or average job can do. It's a risky job in that I might hire, let's say, 10 people, and between 3 and 5 people will make it out of that 10. But with risk comes reward. These are just a few details about the company. I'll let you read through it, because rule number 1 in giving a presentation is don't read your slides. I'll give you a couple seconds, because I know English is not your first language for a lot of you in the audience there. A couple flags from where we're from, a lot of different places. These are the type of people that we're looking for. Again, I mentioned competitive spirit, competitive used to competition. We hire professional athletes on a regular basis, and then mediocre, crappy athletes like myself are pretty good for this profession as well. These are some of the things we do on a regular basis. We have crazy hours, Eastern, let's say European Standard Time, about 7:30 until 10 o'clock at night, 10:15. Different people have different hours depending on your success level and your career. But we recognize that people make a big commitment to the job, and we're all about returning thanks for that commitment. We usually go on a trip once a year for our top traders. A couple of years ago, we went to the World Cup in Moscow. For those of you familiar with Croatia and the Adriatic, we went to Hvar a couple times. Vegas, skiing. We like to do something once a year. This year's a little tricky though, because we're not going anywhere. We'll make it a double trip next year. Oh, this is the next video.
Is the result of all the work that you've done beforehand. It's the sexiest part, the part that everybody wants to do, because it is the one that gives you the results, or it gives you the direct and immediate results.
It's at the screens where you hear the laser beams and the fill noises that gets people all excited. A lot of people have this stereotype in their mind that trading floors are loud and gregarious and noisy places. But it's not. A really busy trading floor in the 21st century sounds like this. Really redeeming part of the career for me is working with people who are coming into the career, who've heard about trading or who know about trading, or have been around traders, or they've just seen a movie or they've read a book. Seeing people who know nothing or who know very little and taking their raw talents and working with them.
I worked at a transportation company.
I was a professional athlete.
I was auditor at Deloitte.
I worked on a private college.
I work in a family company.
What we're looking for is, you know, I played basketball. I played for 10 years. I got one award, and we won the league this year, and yeah, stuff like that. There's no magic bullet that says I can make this person successful, but there are some things that we look for that help increase the odds, or at least we think increase the odds. You gotta really like what you're doing to spend 14 hours a day doing it, even if there are lots of breaks. One of the big things we do here that is different about here is collectively we work together on the innovations that help us find the edge and advantage in the market. I might find one version of that edge, take it to a different level, and then the other person who says, oh, hey, I see those two as well, but here's a third one. Work hard and you study and you get a degree. You work hard and you study and you get your second degree. And then you go to a job and you work hard. And if you work hard, that's enough. Whereas here you could work 14 hours a day and still not be successful. This is a career that is clearly not an 8 to 4 or 9 to 5 type job. We actually ask for people who are applying to list all their competitive activities, funny enough. You get instant feedback that you're doing a good job from the computer. You don't need somebody patting you on the back because you just had a winning trade, so you know you're doing a good job. We're not in the business for business sake. We're in the business because we want to change the lives of the people around us. We just happen to be traders.
That's a really daunting thing to be, you know, us against the entire world. But that's, you know, what it is.
All right, I've only got 6 minutes left here, and I see people with the big hook standing on the side. So specifically about the types of markets that we're involved in, these are some of the exchanges that we trade in. We trade pretty esoteric stuff, which gives us an advantage in the market. Whereas, you know, everybody who comes up to me on the street says, hey, do you trade Bitcoin, or do you trade S&P 500, or do you trade dollar futures? We generally trade things that you've probably never heard of, and that's what gives us the advantage in the market, is that they are sophisticated things that sophisticated people and smart people come to and work with us to figure out, you know, the puzzle that is trading a specific product. So these are some of the things that we trade. Kukuruz. That's corn in Croatian. It's hard not to look at the screens. I'm trying to make eye contact. Black gold, we trade a lot of the energy complex, oil, natural gas. The average day for a trader starts early in the morning before the markets open, and a lot of markets are nearly 24 hours a day. So we choose the hours that most suit both our personal and professional schedules. But if you're a trainee, you have no personal schedule. It's all work until you figure out how to, until we get you to a certain level of success. But they're long hours, no doubt about it. There's a funny cartoon there if you want to read it. I'm not sure you guys in the audience can see it because your eyes aren't that good, or maybe it's small. This is what it looked like in the old days. I used to be a clerk. It was about 9 months of torture. Pranks, jokes, people tagging kick me signs on the back of your jackets. Ah, the good old days. But now it's all on computers. The switch happened about 20 years ago, which to me seems like just a few years ago, but for most of the people here, it's pretty much a generation. These are some pictures of our trading floor in Dublin. Actually, I think this is the old trading floor. We moved recently. These are some of the screens, some of our staff. Looks a lot like the mic and information technology room over here. It's like Star Trek Enterprise for all the technology that's got this conference going. This is our office in New York. No, I'm just kidding. That's just a random slide. I wish it was our office in New York. All right, if you guys want to know more about a career in trading, I suggest you reach out to us on the internet. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. Somebody will get back to you with your questions. I'd say the biggest thing you should take away from listening to me is that this is a legitimate career, not what the Bitcoin generation of trading in your underwear in your house or in your bedroom, but a job where you come to the trading floor, learn from the very successful people around you, to give yourself a chance at a career that can really change your life. And again, in no other way that I'm familiar besides that of a professional athlete or a professional e-athlete even. And the opportunity is available pretty much in most countries, but specifically for this conference here in Zagreb and in Split and in Dublin. Hopefully there's some people listening to this conference in Dublin. But for Zagreb and Split, we've got a couple of offices, and if you would like to come by and take a look at the offices, I'm happy to arrange a little tour of the trading floors. I'm not sure what this slide is, but since I've only got a minute left, I'm just going to skip it. And this is normally the time when I ask for questions, but because there's only 12 people in the audience and there's no chat function, I'll leave it at that. Thank you for your time, and I appreciate you guys listening. Thanks a lot.